What is everybody? Welcome back to the Transparency Idaho4 1112 drive runs December 22nd, 2022 video evidence. Give a shout out. Birdie went and got this FOIA. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. Let's take a peek. Sneak peek here. All right. Birdie just hit 50,000 subscribers. Kudos. I'm going to tell you guys what I think about why they did this dry run test runs. Pay attention to the date here. 12/22/2022. 12/22 and then 2022. They decide, hey, we're going to do this test at 8/28. And this is, the FOIA was 49 minutes, 48 seconds. And let's talk about what just had happened. We'll see what had happened is allegedly, supposedly Brian Colbert's name was said and given as a tip on the 19th of December. And it was at night. And then Ann Taylor asked, so what'd you do? What'd you do? Asked Payne, hey, so what'd you do after you got, what'd you do? Well, we did what we would normally do. We went and tried to prove that, that regardless of what the tip said, that we could substantiate that name with this crime. Okay. What'd you do? You guys, on 12/22/2022, they did this. Right here. They just got the name Brian Colbert on the 19th, supposedly in the evening, and on the 20th, 21st, 22nd, they're doing this. And then the 23rd, they're doing and putting in super late at night. They're putting in search to be able to get subpoenas and search warrants. Ha! Did you guys hear that? Oh, what the hell is this thing doing? Okay. Is this going in and out? What the All right, I'm going to play that again. Boom. This has happened like the past 2 days. Everything is good. What the fuck? Okay. We're having issues with the internet. So they do a dog. Sounds way closer. Fine blur. right, guys, what is up? Hang on one second. I have no idea what is going on. Hang on one second. All right. Jeez. I wanted to give a night show. This is what we get now. I was like, we've had some bad weather, but again, what is up, guys? Uh, I was like, I need to do a nighttime show because I miss all my nighttime peeps. Um, and so I was like, I want to do this at night. Um, Last night, I don't know about you guys, but we got the worst storm that came through. It was insane. I think we're okay now. Sorry about that. We're experiencing some turbulence. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay. I do believe that it's not a coincidence that after the name Brian Kohlberg was given to them, they're doing this for a couple different reasons. Because my opinion is why aren't you? Well, there's a couple things here. Obviously, this is in color. Okay, it says camera one down on the bottom. Okay, and this is in color. The video that we've seen, I don't think it's in color unless they gave it to us a different type of way. But this would have been of very, very importance to them when they're doing this. They haven't gotten the search warrant to even go and get Brian Culver's, like, they did a pen trap and chase. Remember, they did the 48 hours, and then they were going to do like the historical records. They haven't done that yet. I would think that you would have been doing all of this way sooner than 12/22. I mean, the homicides were 11/13, right? Your two most important witnesses, the surviving roommates, right? And this camera. That's like your evidence. Obviously the sheath, but at the time you don't have it linked to anybody, right? So, like, why would you wait this long to do that? To listen to what's going on, especially when you interviewed Dylan and Bethany. You got all the statements that are being said, you got their phones, and then you actually go to Nevada and you actually go to Boise and you get the 16th and the 17th interviews on 11/16, 11/17, and then you're going to wait all the way until now. Okay. Why? The only thing that's changed, literally, the only thing that's changed is the fact that you now have Brian Kohlberg's name. In my opinion, where they're at in this investigation. And so the first thing I noticed was the dog barks. Okay, right there. We see that nobody's come into the camera, like in terms of like people are driving there, like cop cars. So they definitely cut this to the point that, hey, this is where we want to start it. Okay, now is this a dog that was brought with them? Is this a dog that's in the area? Okay. See this down here, this Idaho flag or something, this eye over here? Okay, I don't recall that being there. We all have this snow mounted up right here. What the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing? So nobody thought to say, hey, this is totally not the same angle. Hey, if we're gonna like really try to reenact this, like maybe maybe we should like, I don't know, take a look and see. How about this? The first thing I'd be doing is I'd be in the house right now talking it up. Like, we need to talk. We need to have a dog in there. We need to put music on, right? We need to hear what from inside the house is meaning the house, like where this camera is at. Okay. What type of vehicle is this? Okay, that looks like an SUV. Whose vehicle? The SUV. I mean, what the fuck? Who has an SUV? There's snow on the ground. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like, the fuck y'all doing? There's a car back there. Okay. Oh, and there's a car coming down. what vehicle? What vehicle are you doing that with? For what purpose? Unless we got all the cars that we have, these 9 vehicles that are on our list, and let's drive them all by and see. I mean, if you can even do something like that, I mean, yeah, we can go ahead and do it, and the jury can just take what they want from it. I mean, what? That was supposed to be the Brian Kohlberger attempt to park, then pull up and do a 3-point turn and come back. What? But you're not even in the vehicle that you're supposed to be in. And then I said to myself, wow, were they trying to make it seem like they didn't know that they were not dead set on an Elantra? Because like, hello, you told us that that's what y'all are looking for on 12, what was it? Whatever date. I'm just like, doing this with this car, what the fuck does it matter? Doing this with snow, matted snow on the ground. I think the dog would be pretty much fine, but and then you don't note anything that you're doing. So when you would just like turn this over to the, I don't know, the defense, they're just like, what the fuck is this? Is there a report? I think they're just all high. I think they're just all high as kites. This is the dumbest shit. There's Molly. Mm, Best investigator of the year. So stupid. And so, would they mute out there? What's that noise? What is that? We don't ever hear that the night of the murders. He's just hanging out in their house. What the fuck? Like, think about this. Hey, can I just borrow your guys' house for a little bit? I'm just gonna fuck around in there. What? We're not home. We're on like Christmas break. That's cool. Can I just still like use your house? To do what? What are you talking about? Use our house. Can you imagine? So on 12:15, they asked the guy across the hall from Brent's place, "Hey, we're just going to take over this room. It's cool. You can just hang out with us during a hostage, like during a potential. I mean, we don't even know what we're dealing with, but during like a shootout, let's just keep a civilian." What? It's a ghost town. Well, they haven't done anything yet. Here he goes. Why was that muted? Here we go. What vehicle is that? That looks like it could be the car that was being driven that night. This proves Pat was right about the window reflections, though. We've known about the window reflections. Mark Mark did that a long time ago. I think it's an exact match, and I think it's the fucking Ford Fusion. Do you guys see that car was moving slower, faster? What do you think? I think that's all day their Ford Fusion, and we need to know how many they have. If they have two of them, it's on. That's definitely feedback. They're using radios. That's total frequency feedback. It's interesting. Are they using walkie talkies? What's I'll tell you this as well. Okay, right there. That's all. Like, so take a look at that. This is just so interesting. I was waiting for this part to come. This light, right? It's going to be on your bottom part of your screen here. right now, right there, right there. Okay, it's not. That's a you know those lights that you when you're driving and you're like, God, that asshole, fucking asshole that has those. You know, at the time they were like the brightest, and you're like, dude, those have to be brights, but they like weren't. Like what? What the fuck? This is this is a car that's pulling out of the 1122 parking lot. You know what I mean? And we don't ever see that night, do we? Or it's a black light flashlight. The bouncers and bartenders used to check IDs. Yeah, no, I think it's the. I think it has to do with the. So check this out. It has to do with the way that a car would pull out from being in the driveway. But take a look at this. If they are if they are truly pulling that car, backing it back up to like go like, I guess you could say like, I don't know, that wave, back out, turn around, pull out. If that's true, then if there was another car, then there would have to be a car that, or we have to go back and pay attention, but something would have to be blocking that the night of the murders to not like, for the lights not to get through. Okay. Which would put another car in the driveway. How about that? You know, I wondered why they had on the witness list. I told you guys this. The person that made this house, you guys know this, that back in 2019 there was no house here, and they built it. And so one of the people that's on the witness list is the person that built the house, this house, like the 1112 house. And I'm like, what the fuck is this person on the goddamn witness list for? The contractor, I think his last name was Anderson. So I don't have the list right in front of me, or I could tell you his first name, but last name Anderson. Check out the list. And I always wondered, what the fuck? What's the relevancy of somebody like that, you know, testifying? And to me, it either had to do with the insulation in the house, like how, you know, how you built it, because that way if people could hear anything, if you could hear, you know, maybe something like that. I thought about like the square footage, the area, that there wasn't egress windows, about anybody in this house being able to get out, that this is the only door that you could, that this is the exit point unless you were to like go out a window, you know. Are there 4 Andersons on the list? Flip a coin. But if I'm right and that car backed up like how I think, how did that light get through on a day like today? But on a day like the night of the murders, if anybody did that, which it seems either like nobody did do that. Otherwise, so what I think we're able to say is that Molly, you a liar. Because Molly, okay, like, are you over here checking on Molly shit? Talking about Molly pulling up in there and then backing up and doing that? You know, It would either be Eric Gower, Molly, and then the suspect vehicle. But we know that Molly did nothing of what she said she did. But I will tell you this. Go talk to Molly right away, right? Talk to Molly right away. How did you even know that there was a DoorDash? How did you truly know that there was a DoorDash? Because you didn't get into any of their phones to like download them or do anything until 11:29. So is it because, oh, we found out not from any of their phones, actually not from the roommates. We found out when we went through the kitchen and took the pictures and realized that what it said on the bag and what time it was delivered or what time it was ordered, you know? So but I mean, if Ann Taylor and her team went through this, think about it. If you did your job, you went through this, that would pique your interest like that light, because that doesn't happen on the night of the murders. And then now check this out, guys. What in the Sam fuck? At first, I thought that they just got this car, this SUV, whatever, that had, is that a bunch of snow or is that one of those things that they have on the top? You know what I'm talking about. And then it's like, does this person even, or is this just somebody that lives there? Like, are you keeping track of like, and then this is like a regular truck, it looks like. I'm thinking somebody just ruined their experiment. You guys, it's one of those camper things, that's full. The best part about it is that we have no idea what cars truly are part of this experiment and what cars are like, dude, I'm just trying to get home, man. I'm just trying to make it home tonight. It's 8:43, man. What's Payne? Payne's still in the house, or did he fly out the window and try to jimmy rig down the window? I mean, what is he doing? He hasn't walked out or anything like that. Payne's inside this house, just chilling with Molly. I think that Payne should have a body worn camera on. I think that all these people should be wearing body worn cameras. Okay, we got some. I mean, you would have to take really specific notes, really to like document what the fuck you're doing when you're doing it, And I just don't understand how this could be so generic of a report. Because otherwise, like, what are you trying to prove in court? Like, these guys can't remember what day of the week it is. Hit that like for Lana's humor as well. I'll critique this comparison. We're comparing what? I mean, this is like comparing dicks and vaginas, okay? This is absolutely just awful. And then the best part is though is that these guys don't remember anything. We hear them testify. I don't recall or I don't remember or oh god. Well, so they have no clue. Like, you think they're gonna know any of this shit? So it's you might as well just I don't even know. Why aren't people out there like screaming and saying, "Whoa, yeah, party"? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, say some shit. Maybe they maybe they get a little bit more rowdy as the night goes on. 17. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that. Okay, here we go. Well, if someone decides to they're walking in the middle of the road, here we go. Look at how out of focus that is. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. Can't believe they're getting paid for this. Hallie Tally gifted 10 memberships. Unsolved cases and news. Member for 34 months. Great to remember. It's such an amazing channel. You work so hard, and I want you to know we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hit that like for Lana. Let's just talk a bunch of shit tonight. Sherry! Thanks, Sherry. Super sticker all day. Just totally, just what a fucking shit show. What a shit show this is. What is Payne doing? This is the only way in and out of this house. Did his little midget ass get fucking tossed through a window? He's just hanging out on the kitchen table. Is he what? Turn on like the faucet? Is he like, okay, now I'll go over here to the sink? Okay, I just did that. Let me open up the fridge. Let me close the fridge. All right, let me go over, to the bedroom and just bounce up and down on the bed a little bit. Um, oh, there we go. What do we got? Again, we have no idea if this car's involved or not. That has the third light up top. No. What is up, Leslie? Good to see you. Leslie and Billy. That's missing. No, that's Blaker's truck. Loving the live action. This is a lot of action right here. That's stuff. I think that's dog barks. Oh, for fuck's sake! God damn it! What? What the fuck is going on? Is this like slowed down? You guys, what the fuck are they doing? Oh wait, just what a bizarre police department. I just don't even have words for this shit. Okay. Okay. Where do you guys think that that person's talking from? Is that Molly? Did Molly go with them on this drive? Swear I want to know if Molly's with them. Um, where do we think she's at though? Some chick. Sound from 1122 driveway. Oh, that'll be interesting. New t-shirt. I'm friends with pain too. That's what someone's screaming there. See that car right there? It's coming. It's coming. Are we sure that nobody's inside that house? Because it seems like somebody opened up the door and talked right before like they were gonna walk out the house. Dumb. Boom. Hobby Master. 5 aliens. For me, I don't care what anybody says. I just want to know where they're at when they're saying whatever it is that they're saying. You know what I mean? Like that's all that matters to me is where are these people located? I do not care what they're saying. I do not care if we can understand them. We just need to know where they're located while they're when they're saying whatever it is that they're saying. What? Wait, they took out that much? They usually have to give a reason for the redaction. Did Birdie say what the reason was for the redaction for that? Right here, 5 minutes. I didn't get to ask him that. He can ask for the reason. They have to list the reason for the redaction, otherwise it's an illegal. When we say illegal, it's not to code FOIA. Did MPD title the video comparison video? This is his video. I don't know that. I understand that the time was missing when he received it. Usually, what they have to do is they will tell you what parts have been redacted and why it was redacted, like what they're claiming. I pressed pause for a second. So let me get that timestamp. So I'll ask him. I'll text him later. 8:50. I think it's 8:54 to 9. Okay. Maybe it was pain touching his toes right in front of the door. Did she ask for one? When I was there was no tire tracks either. It's all matted. You guys, I'm telling you what, when you're coming down, when I was there, you feel like you're like if you when you're driving, thank God I was not. It's first of all, it's really, really tight, especially when you're coming up on the side of the house. Super, super tight. But everything's just like matted down. Like the snow is like really, really packed down, matted down. Again, I don't know. They do not salt, I guess. I don't know. And so you're building snow on top of ice, and it's. I think if you go back and you check, do you guys remember when the U-Haul was like spinning and shit? They couldn't even get it up. Yeah, when I was there, guys, it was cold as fuck. One of the times I was there, it was cold as shit, but it was really dangerous. I mean, they're not like spitting salt trucks around there, okay? At least I didn't see any. And I just remember that the snow was all matted. Fry couldn't get it up. Nope. So that's what it reminds me of looking at that. It's just like literally matted snow on top of ice. And it's clearly snowed a lot. I mean, look at this chair right here. Let's see what they called this shit. All right, what do you guys think about that dog bark? Closer, further. What do you guys think? Okay, do you guys hear that echo? Do you guys hear that echo way more this time around? I heard the echo way more. Um, how are they generating those barks? Well, it's definitely. I mean, I don't think. Do you guys think it's pain? Just. I think it's a dog. And my question is it the dog? Like, is that dog not even part of it? And it just happens to be in it because do you guys know how many dogs they have over there on Walenta at the Moyes residence? They got a couple dogs back there. Yes, I know that, but you also can't help if neighborhood dogs are barking. You know, is it so? Let me get this straight. We start this at age 20, and we have the dog bark a couple times at just a couple minutes into it, and then now we put the dog back into the vehicle and wait 30 minutes to then say, okay, come back outside and like bark now. Why wait? Why 30 minutes later? I could tell you that the dog's definitely in a different position. Oh, let's mute it. I don't think they're necessarily comparing the dog barks. They're I think they're trying to see where like I, where it's located, like where it's coming from. There you go. See that? That dog's a hell of a lot closer right there than obviously the dog barked before, right? And you know what the best part about this is that these cops know exactly where the dog was when the dog was barking. How is that not in your report? I can't remember where we had the dog when the dog was barking. Okay, then why the fuck did you do this? Where are your notes? Actually, you know what? Holy shit, hold on. Well, that could actually be why they have all those other vehicles back there. They'd have to know that. What's the, Sorry, guys. We're having bad weather. I think Blaker has a truck, but that truck, I don't know who that is. I'm just saying, this is how this works. If they included a dog from a different county, or if they use the sheriff's department, like the Latah County Sheriff's Department, you'd want to make a different FOIA, and you'd want to ask for the report, because you'd be assisting an outside agency. There should be a report for that. And so we can hit up Lewiston, we can hit up all these different outside agencies and to see who lent their dog out. But there should be a report. If you're taking a dog out, okay, usually like the handlers handling the dog, like you're not just, hey, yeah, you can just swing on by and pick up our fucking canine. Like, that's not how it works. So, but that would be a separate FOIA. And I'm just curious, because just because Anne didn't request it, I mean, she's the one that was requesting all of the stuff that's even getting into the mix of having 319 reports. Okay. I don't think there's anything being recreated at one. We're dealing with a bunch of fucking idiots. I just know that Payne walked into a house and has yet to come out. Okay, if he came out, then they took that video out. But Payne walked into that house and has yet to come out. Okay, so unless he's fucking one of the people inside, I have no idea what he's doing. He could have come out at 9, between 8:54 and 9. Why is this way more clear footage? This is in color. This is also after shit broke. This isn't even the right angle. This is a slanted angle. I'm telling you, there was no Idaho flag here. See this Idaho flag right there? That was in the other videos. I don't ever remember seeing that. Again, though, this is in color. What's up, Kim? You guys, this is worthless. Like, you're going to testify in a courtroom and say, yeah, this is what we were doing. I'm not going to let any of that in if you're a defense attorney, right? What do you mean this is what we were doing? You have no report that says what the fuck y'all were doing. You have no notes. You have no body cam. So, like, we're supposed to go into courtroom and say, hey, why did you guys go over to 1122 and 1112? And all I would probably use it for is just to show that, what'd you guys do? Go over there and it wasn't working out for you? Did you abandon the assignment? I could never imagine me saying yes to a cop to come into my house and I'm not home. And I have like a bunch of shit in my house and I'm like a college kid. And especially if like I was into like, I don't know, if I had drugs in my house. No, we're not doing that. What is it? Absolutely, the snow makes a huge difference. This is just, they're just collecting overtime. They're just collecting some overtime. You know, something that I did think about is, I don't know if they're calling this a comparison video. I don't know what they're calling this, but maybe got clipped into evidence because did any of these people call in and say, hey, somebody walked up to our door and just like went in? I mean, we have no idea. This is ridiculous. What are you going to testify to about this? I'll tell you what, though, whatever car they did drive up there, if that's the Ford Fusion, fuck yeah, the Ford Fusion. Fucking alley tally. Fucking love it. This is for FOIAs and shots while wadding through all this crap. You need a lot of shots to do this shit. You guys, if you guys went through this with Birdie, tell me that there is Officer Payne walking out of this house. There's only one entrance into this house, and it's this front door. Otherwise, his midget ass was tossed out of a window, or he crawled out of a window. So then that would mean that Payne is in one of the minute clips where it's being redacted. Can you just imagine, Ann Taylor? Officer Payne, so I guess you guys were doing some type of experiment, and you never came out of the house. Did you just spend the night? What were you doing in there? did you have the runs? Did you use the restroom? What happened? Maybe he had to abandon the whole thing because he's in there taking a shit. Okay? We don't know. Maybe this just nothing happened because he got sick. I don't know. Did you fall in? This is nuts, though. This is nuts. And then we would have to call the girl that actually owns the video, call her to the stand to say, ma'am, now you watched your video camera. What time did you see Officer Payne leave your house? Well, actually, I didn't get to see anything because they were just deleting stuff left and right off my camera. I bet they were. Thanks. You know what I mean? Like, this is wild. This is wild. You have a guy going in who's your lead detective, and then he's not seen coming out, but yet he gets fucking, officer of the year. Now he's running shit at the university for green. I mean, come on. Give it up to the man. He's just fucking over here, David fucking Copperfield, making himself disappear and shit. You got to give it up for the man. This little mini man. I just know whose camera it was. I'd be watching all of this on my fucking app. I'd be like, oh my God, they're back over there. Hey, you guys know how they all talk. And I think Ann Taylor had this person on the witness list, and all you would want to ask is, who did you give the video out to? Oh my God, everybody. Did Billum and Bethany ask to see it? Oh, totally. We were all passing it around. Gave it to Jack D. He gave it to the Gonsalveses. I mean, this video, all of it was given to everybody. We all knew about this video. Everybody, and we just started putting it in Snapchats, we were just snapping everything. Oh. Sounds like a big old fucking mess. You like that? What's the other guy? You got David Copperfield. You got that angel dude. You got all those motherfuckers making people disappear and shit. You got Shannon Gardner in there. What's up? A whole lot of nothing. I'll tell you what. That dog is a lot further away. Remember I told you guys that? Chris Angel, that's his name. Didn't Britney Spears fuck him? Yeah, she did. Yeah, he made that pee disappear all right in his mouth. Yeah, we have Blaine. Yeah, that's right. Um, those dog barks, you guys. I told you it was way further away the night of the murders. Um, you know where Jack D's house is, and the dude that was like, yeah, the dog was going like berserk. Okay, that's a little bit of a distance to like be hearing. It's like Murphy barked all the way until 4:45, whatever. And then what made Murphy stop at 4:45? And then I was just like, you guys, are we sure that it was Murphy barking until 4:45? I just think that Murphy would have been. Nothing was preventing Murphy from. There's no fence. Murphy could have gone wherever. Wouldn't Murphy have like kept on like following the person that did this? Why stop? Because that's what they're alleging. It's their belief that Murphy like followed this person out. You guys see how this is shoveled down here? Like somebody actually took like a shovel and like you see that straight line across? Somebody shoveled this. Payne's over there playing fucking housewife. Payne has not come out. Payne doesn't come out. I don't even know what to think about that. I think that's so weird. Like if I lived in this house, I'd be like, "What the fuck, dude? What were you doing? Like, when did you come out?" And they would know. That's why I think that you'd have to call them to the stand and say, "What time did he come out?" And then if you're Ann Taylor, aren't you like, dude? I don't trust y'all. I don't want your little fucking hour experiment. I want the whole goddamn day, bitch. Give me all of 12/22, 2022. I need the entire camera footage from that day. You know what? Give me the fucking every single day. You little fucking creepsters. Wouldn't you just, if this thing was just rolling the whole time, right? And then you could literally, every time Payne is saying that he's going to that house or anybody's going, I mean, wouldn't you could just like literally watch people coming and going when they're saying what they were doing. I mean, this camera recorded everybody's car coming and going. It's the only way in here with a car. If you're going back to that house in a vehicle, or you could park somewhere else and walk so that you weren't on camera. And now wouldn't that be interesting? If Payne is over here talking about he's doing X, Y, and Z, and it's just like, oh, well, how'd you get there that day? And if you started to see that they were, purposely not driving up that way, I think that'd be very interesting. It's like, dude, these people, like, they just think they're so slick. And it's like, no, you're not. You know how I know you're not slick? Because we put FOIA requests in and y'all pussy ass bitches deny them over some fucking lying bullshit. I would have nothing to hide. Here, fuck yeah, come on. Take a look at my amazing work. Take a look at how I got this son of a bitch. You know, I wouldn't be crying and behind privacy. I just privacy. Why do you have to? Why is 6 minutes missing? That deserves a phone call. That deserves. They need to explain why that 8:54 to 9 is missing. Very bizarre. They suck at lying too. About as effective as a 4-year-old, says Allie Daly. Hitler would have been like, it's in. I'm good friends with Bill Thompson. I like a bag of dicks better. I'm good friends with Bill Thompson. I mean, I'm telling you. I also think that you can't rule them out as being involved because they all of them sorts of lying. You know, what was it? Matt, were you there? Were you not there? Were you guys having a party? What bar were you at? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we, I gotta, do you guys know what I was quoted on for my fucking WSU, the date on when I'm going to get this FOIA request back from WSU? October, October, October 2026 for a May, whatever, sick. I'm like, excuse me? You guys, how the fuck? How the fuck are you quoting people? October 28th, 2026. For me to get, I gotta go look at my fucking shit. I got so many fucking FOIAs out right now. I got FOIAs Pennsylvania out. I gotta rope in my shit here and put it all on us. I gotta log my stuff, you guys. Okay. But WSU said, yeah, we can get that back to you. It's going to be October. What? For what? For what? This is like your job. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is why you have staff, because like this is part of it. Like, this is what this is what the police departments have to do. And I'm over here just like, what? October. So I'm going to write them back and ask them, if I was to, I'm just curious, if I was to actually send somebody over there to view and see in person what I'm requesting and take my own like fucking pictures, I'm just curious, would I be able to get them faster? You know, can I just like go through the shit myself? Can I just have access to your records, please? Yeah, no. But just wild shit. Wild shit. When I read that, I said, October? Like, how? Yeah, exactly. Just like, let me just go back in your records. All right. I'll be just give me 10 minutes. I'll be right. I'm in and out. Okay, guys. I'll just point me to the front. Just point me to the area. We'll find them. Unbelievable. Okay. So a couple of things I want to cover as well. One, since I'm here with my night owls. Check this out. Okay. So, Meghan Marshall claims, okay, listen, I want you guys to hear what an oxymoron this is. She claimed in front of the world that she was headed into that hearing going to deny this continuation, and we are here for it. You know what I mean? And something changed all of a sudden, poof. Like, oh my God, Meghan Marshall, just something happened. And she's like, okay, I'm going to grant this continuation. You guys, it doesn't make any sense. How could you possibly have it in your mind that you're going to deny this continuation because you know it's bullshit, right? Because it's like, it is a stall tactic. It's exactly what it is. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, they put this in September. It's September of 2025. But when she said that she didn't even know what the FOIA was about, wait, what? The fuck are you talking about? You were just going to hear it all. You had your mind made up. So did you know it? Did you just all of a sudden get amnesia? Do you understand that? So I don't understand. I don't understand what people don't understand. How did Meghan Marshall say, my mind was pretty much made up that I was denying that continuation and we were going to hear the arguments. Okay, awesome. And then she says the reason that she didn't do it is because she's like, well, like, what are we even talking about? Like, what records? What? You have it in front of you. And then they're gonna oral argue about what these records are, but how could your reasoning have changed if you didn't know the material then? You don't know it now. How does that have anything to do with anything? Because are you admitting that you all of a sudden don't know it, but you knew it? You understand that? She was just going to hear it. And then all of a sudden now she's not. But her reasoning for not hearing it is because she doesn't know what the fucking material was. Did you know the material like yesterday and you just, had amnesia all of a sudden? Like, because you were going to hear it and you didn't know what it was anyways. Because I'm guessing you didn't know what it was, a day ago. And you still don't know what it is now. But you were still going to hear it, not knowing it. But my question is how do you not know? Do you not know how to read a FOIA request? Lana, why do you think the EU lawyer didn't push back on that MM claim? What MM claim? What was the MM claim? I think the woman is like, well, when they said that it wasn't going to burden them to wait, a few short weeks, like 2, how did that get to 2 weeks turned into August? That's all I would have said is, Your Honor, you just asked me if this would burden us. What's the prejudice of that we would incur for just a couple short weeks of a continuation? We heard what she said. It went from being a couple, like 2 weeks, to being August. And that's where I would have pushed back. That's where I would have been like, wait a second. That's just not what we talked about in the past 5 minutes. Okay. My argument stands is that nothing is going to change the statute and what they're trying to claim. There's not going to be an epiphany here or a way that they can say that they don't have to release these due to X, Y, and Z. There's nothing there for that to ever be the fact. Otherwise, they would claim it. They can't claim anything. That's not going to change. Not today, not in fucking 2 weeks, not in fucking 3 months. That's And that's what she said. Like, there's nothing that nothing's going to change here. And then they think the argument here is that we don't even know what records they are. Wait, how are the Chapin's lawyers in there not knowing what the records are, but you're in there having an objection? I mean, this is asinine. Okay? Like, what? How do you? We don't even know what the records are. We don't even know how we're going to feel about stuff. Well, did you not read the motherfucking material that was being requested? You guys, the big thing that everybody wants to know here is, why would Brian Kohlberger's interview, okay, it was, there's a report that Payne wrote, there's a report that Gilbertson wrote. Idaho recorded this conversation. Idaho had it. Idaho recorded it, and I believe the feds recorded their own. Fuck, for all we know, also maybe Pennsylvania recorded it. Okay. Pennsylvania, PSP, if you're down at the barracks, which I believe he was at the barracks, if you're at a barracks, Pennsylvania State Police, when you're in one of those rooms, they have the camera on. They don't have just some little fucking recording device. They have, Sheldon Jeter Jr. was at the barracks, okay, because PSP, they have barracks all over the place, just like Massachusetts State Police. I'm assuming that Brian Kohlberger was at the barracks, one of them, there's a ton of them all over, and that's where this interrogation interview took place. Don't you guys think that we would have had this if it was, I don't know, if it made the police look good, the government look good? Don't you think we would have this material? I think that we would have it. How about for the parents? How about for the parents? All of their kids' like stuff's out there for the world to see, right? And I know these families want to see Brian Kohlberger's interview. Well, it's Idaho's case. Idaho traveled. Now, this is the only thing I can think of. Okay. Pennsylvania has a wiretapping statute that's a little wonky, but not like fucking Massachusetts. As long as you consent, though, it's Pennsylvania is a two-party. Both parties have to know that you're recording. Blah blah blah. Okay, so Idaho was there. They recorded it. Everybody knew that it was being recorded. Did Brian Kohlberger not have his Miranda? Was he not Mirandized? I mean, was it late in the game? I mean, do they not want certain people to know who's in that room? But Idaho has their own copy. You know how I know that Idaho has their own copy? Because the fucking reports that were written up were straight from, these weren't from fucking notes. These were straight from recordings. Gilbertson's written report, straight from a recording. In fact, I have it right here. All these things. Come on, load up. Moscow Police Department police. See, this is what it looks like, by the way. This is what Birdie needs to ask for his. You have to ask for it and you'll get it. when you're going to get something redacted, it'll show you like this. So like the page number, page 11, there's redactions, and this is why. So there's a driver's license number, so that was redacted. Privacy, RCW, a person's right to privacy. And that's on page 56. And guess what that was about? Which it should be. It was somebody called in for a potential, like wanting to take their own life. So I think that should be redacted. But that's what it would look like for, like, why did you redact those 5 minutes? It's got to give something like this. It's supposed to. So they can ask, he can ask for that. When I email him, I'll remind him about that. I'm trying to pull up. I want this this report. Okay. Anybody know off the top of their head Gilbertson's report number when he wrote it up for Brian Culver? Here we go. It looks a little bigger than that. So like, if anybody remembers the number, it'll save me time. Hold on. I have it here. These fucking idiots. Okay. Holy smokes, 2 years. Your dedication and hard work is strength that I admire in you. Your integrity is top notch. Thank you, Joanne. Appreciate that comment. Very kind. Very kind. Let me just. Gilbertson. Gilbertson, where are you? Gilbertson hardly wrote any reports. Did you guys know that? Mike Van Leuven. Fucking ass. Oh, here we go. Nope. Gilbertson, Darren Gilbertson. God damn it. Didn't he put one in? I thought they both had to put one in. Because Payne was like, go refer to Gilbertson's report. Gilbertson. Yeah, he only wrote like 4 reports. Damn it. (163) report 163. Got it. Okay. Okay, here it is. Wait, what? Bitch. That's not right. Well, I can't find it. That sucks. Son of a bitch. Well, I'll be damned. I know he wrote up a report. All these guys suck dick, though. Yep, bunch of bag of dicks. It'd be so easy to find reports if they fucking did what they were supposed to do and write a report, like, not too far after. Anyways. Yeah, it's Gilbertson's report. I have them all, and I inventoried them. They're all good. I just I want to show you guys something. I want to remind you guys about something right here. You guys know that that football coach's phone was off, right? He told me his phone was always on and that his players could reach him whenever. I asked if his phone was normally on 24/7. He said it was. Well, guess what? That night, his phone was not in the geofence. And that's why they actually. So at the beginning of this, he said, when I checked Blank's phone data, his location was not within the data collected. This can occur if the phone is turned off. Based on the information from Blank and the lack of data for Blank, we decided to interview both of them. Her phone was on. So after the interview with the wife, I obtained Blank's phone numbers. I requested the cast agents to check the time frame for which we had cell phone data at the time. Blank's data appeared to place Blank's phone at their residence on the night of the murders. However, when I checked husband's phone data, his location was not within the data collected. This can occur if the phone is turned off. That's for that coach. That was like, remember, the coaches never came forward, the wife never came forward, the coach never came forward to say, yeah, Kaylee babysat for us. Okay. And so, and I've always left it alone because I think it's like a cheating thing, you know. But then again, right? Like his phone's on 24/7. Like his phone doesn't not it's not on. So during the time of the crime, his phone's not on. And that's what you're saying for Brian Koberger. And I just thought that that's really fucking interesting that, you know, it got zero follow-up to the point that they didn't even check the, they never checked his DNA and compared it to anybody, you know, when they took his DNA, which he didn't want to give at the time, but he's like, okay, fine, I'll give my DNA, which I get it. I wouldn't give mine either. Fuck them. Fuck this. No way. I'm not getting caught up in your shit. But look at this. This is on December 9th, man. December 9th. They're claiming that they don't have Brian Koberger's information, that he's not, you know, on their radar at all. And so if you have this information on the 9th that, hey, her phone's where it says it, but his, where's his at? And this is all about the sorority sisters, 5 sorority sisters who would provide childcare for the football team, like the staff. Stated the only way she paid the girls was via the Venmo app on her phone. And when I went through my old Venmos, I saw that Kaylee did have a Venmo from this last name. But yeah. Anyways. Thank you. Moonvale gave out 5 Truth and Transparency memberships. We have a lot of new aliens. I love it. I love it. Case is wild. The wife always did it. The wife always did the Venmos. Mm-hmm. Taylor actually leveled up after this. Yeah, well, he left. Yeah, he left and went and got a different job. Um, Idaho, Idaho sports programs aren't your. You're definitely leveling up. You're going there to do do something good and then go on to bigger pastures. Yeah, but you guys know when this was wrote up, right? Written. Um, Jeffrey Talbot can kiss my ass. You didn't write this report on 12/9. Okay, that's when you went and did all this shit, right? But you went and talked to this man, or this report was written June 13th, 2024. Okay, that's right. And the only reason it made its way in there is because Ann Taylor is asking where all these fucking reports are. And it's like, what the fuck's going on here? They didn't even, there's like all suspicion, like, oh my God, he had his phone off. Like, oh my God. They didn't check his DNA against any of the unknowns. I just think that that's crazy. I think that that alone could show you that they just didn't. If you're going to go with the route that Brian Culver was framed, you'd want to show that they didn't do their job. They already had him when they saying that they didn't. This was just a formality. Again, I'm not saying that Tyler has anything to do with anything. It's just when you're going to attack the investigation, this is attacking the investigation. Because on 12/9, you don't have Brian Culver's name yet, according to your testimony, according to your investigation that you tried to give to us. And if my client's phone being off, like, went into, you guys got your fucking panties in a twist over that, but no nexus to the girls and Ethan, but this guy had his phone off, and there is a nexus, and a very interesting one. And so you would definitely want to eliminate that, because you wouldn't want, when you go to prosecute somebody, you wouldn't want them to be able to use this. So yeah. You know what? Now that I think about it, I can't remember. Did in Whitcomb's book, did he talk at all about Brian Culver's interview? Did he put that in there? I'm gonna go back over that tonight. Okay. You don't write up a report. This is the only reason that this ever made it in, is because Ann Taylor got it in. Because Ann Taylor asked, where's your report interviewing so and so and so and so? Oh, yeah, about that. Okay. Why are 3 dudes going over there? Usually they go in 2s. This guy had 3 people. This guy had Jeffrey Talbot and 2 other people, Herman and Adams. And again, they went there on 12/9 and this on 2022, and this was not written up until over 2 years later, June 13th, 2024. Fucking idiots. What else? Well, Alec Murdoch's going to get a new trial. Luigi had a couple suppressions. Oh, here's a fun fact. Anybody that's been following that Netflix documentary that just dropped, Crash, with the girl from Strongsville, Ohio. Well, fucking wild, crazy. Kenzie, a good friend of mine, and who I met through my good friend from high school. Her boyfriend, fiance, whatever. He's the prosecutor that prosecuted that case. And he's in that documentary, and he did a fabulous fucking job. So if you guys want to see a good prosecutor, go check out Tim. He is the prosecutor that prosecuted that case that actually, like, she probably would have walked if it probably wasn't for him. And look at what he does at the end of that trial. He's writing a book right now. And he shook every single person's hand after that case. He stood there, and all the family members, and that's what a prosecutor looks like. And Tim's funny as fuck, and he's fun as fuck, and he's a really good dude. And so I think she's guilty as fuck. Yep. But if you guys want to see how a prosecutor is supposed to handle themselves, go watch that documentary. You know who does a lot of videos on that case and who thinks that she's innocent and that it was just an accident? Is a drip drop. And let's do this. If you haven't seen it, go watch the Netflix show Crash. It's just a one episode, like it's like a longer documentary. I don't know if it's like, what is it, an hour and a half? And it's fucking wild. What sold you on her guilt? Not letting up on the gas. It was a really good documentary. Yeah, go check it out. What'd you think about what's up, Doc Terry? Carson, what'd you think? Yes, maybe free Sheldon. His point about the car's gas pedals sticking is legit. Which drip drops? She says that she completely blacked out, like, and doesn't remember anything. And I'm not convinced she's guilty. I think it may have been an accident. Faulty vehicle is a possibility. What I think is interesting is that the car wasn't turned like when you're going 100 miles an hour. If someone's trying to, there's Dom's in the passenger seat. Supposedly that's how they were sitting, Dom, and then Davion's in the back seat. I'm just wondering, like, dude, I would have like decked the girl, like, but she started, she got that car all the way up to 100 and just like flew right into that building. Unbelievable. I'm going to actually defer to Tim's work there. So we'll take a look, though. I literally just watched it 2 days ago. Damn, it's a really good documentary. But you know what I liked about the documentary that you don't ever see is when somebody's actually a prosecutor and they go through all of the possible scenarios. When do you ever get to see that in a documentary? When they're like taking you through like that, you know, we're ruling out all of this shit. Like we're not, it's not just, it's gonna, I just can't believe that she lived. You know what I mean? The dad, her dad just got fucking put on, I don't know if it's administrative leave before he got fired for his comments in the Netflix. He's a teacher at some, I don't know, Catholic school over there in Cleveland. Um, so, oh yeah, go check those out. They talk in some interesting languages. Um, I think, you know, I think her parents are absolutely fucking off their rocker. Um, the mom is absolutely. You guys need to hear her statement to the judge after the sentencing. I want to know why she went with the bench trial. Why did she go with the bench trial? I asked Tim that. I said, fill me in on this, why she went bench trial. He said, come on, man, I'm writing a book right now. I was like, come on, man, tell me. I was like, I want you to come on my channel, but like, I don't want it to seem biased because, like, I'm friends with him. So, but they always have to. All those guys have to get everything approved when they're gonna go out and talk, and if they're allowed to talk, and what who they're gonna talk with, all that stuff. Oh my God, the mother at the trial. Yeah, well, the one like her mom, when she went to go give like the victim impact statement slash like I'm here advocating for my daughter for you not to like put her away for the rest of her life, and she got 15 years to life with the possibility of parole. She was 17 at the time, but she was tried as an adult. But I couldn't believe her mom's. I mean, you just need to watch this 6 minutes, 6 minutes, and you're just gonna be like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what is she doing? What is she? This is how she thought. Like, she didn't plan this out at all a little better. What you're gonna say for your daughter and how you're gonna address like the victims and their family. Like, it was fucking bizarre. And then you just like say, yeah, that's that girl's mom, and it's like two peas in a pod. You need to hear some of her jail calls about now she's got girlfriends, and but I don't think she realizes what's going on in jail. But I don't know if you want to call them girlfriends, or maybe you need to call a train choo choo. Anyways, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't follow the case. Not the way that that case got a lot of attention. But Bella was asking me a million questions about it, wanted me to ask Tim all these questions, and I'm just like, the one that she wanted me to ask recently, it's in a Reddit thread about that the parents sold her like as an escort, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? She's like, yeah, I wanted to know if that's true. I was like, fucking Reddit thread that the parents were to make money were like, she was like an escort. And I'm like, hey, Tim, now. I was like, we'll let things calm down a little bit. That documentary literally just dropped. But it's really, really good. And for someone that I didn't follow it like the way that these people followed it, I wasn't. And I think that's, you know, I just I don't know. I don't know how someone doesn't have like the reflexes that would have like, you know, I'm surprised that the car didn't like flip beforehand by somebody grabbing the wheel and like jerking it. That's what I would have expected. Like she's so tiny, she's so little. Like I would have overpowered her. I would have punched her in the face. Like, and you know, I don't know. I'm actually shocked that nobody was filming at the time. They're all a bunch of like influencers, or they're always on like their phones and shit. It's just really sad. It's called Crash. It just dropped on Netflix a couple days ago. One of my really good friends, and I met him through obviously her from. She's been a good friend of mine since before high school. We played sports together. That was her fiance. He's the prosecutor, and so we became friends through obviously like my good friendship. And he's a really good dude, and he did a really good job. But I'm curious as to why this went to a bench trial, because I think that she would have had a better chance without it going to a bench trial, because she probably would have gotten sympathy from people. And so I don't know if it was like, hey, like this isn't murder. Like she got charged for murder versus like I mean, I just can't believe that she fucking lived. You know, I think she's very immature. I think her parents are immature. I think if you have not seen this documentary, her parents are just wow. Like all she's doing is literally driving and smoking blunts and putting this shit out on videos. And her family's just like, yeah, no, it's okay. I'm like, what? That shit, like, what? Mm-mm. Just go watch it. That way, and then we'll have a talk about it. Tiger Woods certainly knows how to flip the cars, right? She's so tiny. So tiny. Can parents now be charged in Ohio if they provide the car? Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. This happened like at 5:30 in the morning. Like 5:30 in the morning. She missed her appeal deadline by one day. Usually they'll let that slide too. I'm shocked on that. When I saw that, I was like, that's crazy. Her attorney just how did that happen? Like I said, I don't know enough about it. I just read that though. I don't know how somebody misses their appeal by one day. I mean, well, I think that's ineffective assistance of counsel. I mean, how do you miss your appeal by the deadline? Yeah, driving and smoking and taping this all online. Yeah. Yeah. And then her parents knew. I was, her, there was nothing in her system with yeah. I don't know. I just think that her lawyer didn't think that you're speculating is kind of like what I think the guy, I mean, like I said, I didn't sit through the trial. I don't know shit about, I wasn't there in the courtroom. I just want to know why the fuck she went with a bench trial. Tim said that there's a reason. So curious about that. Watched her videos before trial, watched the whole trial. She threatened to kill the boyfriend to his face. Look, it's kind of like on recording. Before the crash, she's horrible like her parents. This is what a lot of people are saying. And then, so the dad, this is what's wilder. The dad's commenting in this Netflix documentary. And within the past like 24, 48 hours, where he works, called him up and said, don't come to work. We're putting you on administrative leave. We need to figure some stuff out because he's a teacher at one of these Catholic schools that is over there. It's in Cleveland. And I'm like, wait, what? For his comments, for like his parenting style, for his, and I was like, whoa. And I was like, wow. I should like wild. Like that's what's making headline news right now in Cleveland. Is that the dad was just, I don't even know if he's been officially let go, but he's definitely was placed on leave. Um, did she just want to see what it felt like or what would happen? I mean, what was her motive for doing such a thing? Well, that's the thing that they were trying to say in defense of all of this is that there's no motive here. Like, she loved him, wanted to be with him. I'm over here like, dude, the friend that was in the car, what are you doing? Why him? Why was he like, he was actually going to leave with a different friend. Oh, it's so devastating. It's, you guys, it was like going to be, um, what, murder, suicide, but she didn't die. Everybody else died. She didn't die. And then now they try to say that she took like, that she trial runned it by going down that street and whatever. I can't say that I see that, but I'm curious to see how fast she went because they have her like going there a couple days beforehand. But that would be a cut through that they would always use. So I don't know if you could really, but the judge in her sentencing when she was talking to her, she said that she did a dry run. So the judge at least was taking that evidence. I think that could be a potential appeal for the sentence, because she put that as the reasoning as why she went with, for 15 years to life. So she's up for her, well, if something that doesn't happen here in her post-conviction shit, she's up for parole in 2037. Yeah, really sad because I thought it was interesting. I didn't think they were fighting that day. And like I said, the friend was in the car and I mean, yeah, they tried blaming it on this disorder, POTS. And she was diagnosed with that, but she had never had any issue. Like she didn't have anything up to that point. He was trying to break up with her. They would, I guess, break up, get back together, break up. I mean, when you're 17 and 20, I mean, that's what you do, I feel like, or that's at least how I feel like people's relationships are, some of them. But they don't end like that. So she got 15 to life on both counts. Yes, she did. Drugs, immaturity, mental health all played a role in this. Yeah, and I think definitely mental health did, for sure. I mean, I'm sorry, running yourself into a fucking building going 100 miles an hour and not being able to, like, how do you not flinch? I just think it would be a natural reaction. I don't know. Like, could you, like, that's like somebody going and walking off a building. Like, the thought of that right now just gives, like, my legs, like, just tingle. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't even, it, Yep, I sure can. That's the car. That's heart problem or why she blacked out, that she could do it with how strong the weed is nowadays, for sure. It had, yeah. I mean, again, go watch it. People have their opinions on it. I was looking at the science, like the data. I was very curious about the car and how this black box, and could you put it back together, and what would it tell you? because of obviously the Karen Reed case. I was interested in, and then that's the stuff that I was asking Tim about. How many different people did you guys go through? Did the first person that you talked to, were they, and he's like, oh, damn, you went all like I was like, yeah, I want the investigation, motherfucker. That's why he's like, let me see what I can do. I know that she has a ton of appeals, and I don't want to interfere with anything like that. But he's a really good dude. He's a really good prosecutor. He's fair and he's funny, and he's like not like he has like a life. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I don't think of him ever, and I'm like, oh, Tim the prosecutor. I'm like, dude, when are we like? Where are we going out? what bar are we meeting up at? Fucking A. The dad on TMZ. Yeah, go check it out. It's all over the place. But go watch it. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll do a follow up and we'll talk about it. Yes, I was interested in that. I was just interested though in the wheel. Like nobody turned, like grabbing and yanking at the wheel. Like there's two dudes in the car. Okay. Like you couldn't like you guys, that area, you have no business going that fast. And if you're going that fast, it's not that long of a road that you're going to like what are you doing? But yeah. I'm wondering if Davion, when he was in the back seat, since it was like 5:30 in the morning, if when he got in the back seat to leave, you know how people will just like doze off, and so you go like you fall asleep. Because when they were found, he was on top of Dominic, and so I'm curious if he got into the back seat, and he just was like, fuck, I'm in a car, everything's fine, and I'm just like dozing off, and I like nod off, and I fall asleep, and then I didn't even know what the hell was going on, and I'm praying that maybe he was. But they had cameras. This documentary uses all the body cam footage, and it also uses the cameras from the buildings of where the street was. You can see the crash. They show you the crash. It's fucking crazy. It's like it's wild. Seeing that car move, like how fast it was, and then all of a sudden, it was nuts. Yeah, you definitely hear a lot. I mean, you hear it. And then the car itself. I mean, I have no idea how she lived. No idea how she lived. Yeah. All right, go check it out. It reminded me, yeah. That's what a lot of people have said too. Go check that out. I'll watch it again tonight with all of you guys, and we'll talk about it in the morning. Oh, what's up, Jenny girl? What's up? I feel like maybe she didn't think she would, but still, you can't take a lot. I mean, let's say this. If she knew what she was doing, I think that she would thought that she was gonna like it'd be one of those things like if I can't have you, nobody can, and I'm just going to be, and I think that she thought that she'd be, but she claims that she doesn't remember anything, that she remembers waking up from the crash at the hospital and remembers getting in the car, and that's about it. And that she would never do something like that. And I will watch Atlanta. You should watch The Thin Blue Line also. The Thin Blue Line movie. Recommend watching. How fast you see it travel and here crash. She thought she died too. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because there ain't no way she thought she was living, and I mean, how would you think that? I mean, I'm also curious who had seatbelts on and who didn't. Did they say that in there? I can't remember. And I watched it not last night, but the night before, right? Because I was watching it. It was a horrible storm last night. Yeah, I was like, we're going to be going in and out. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to stream it. All right, I'll watch it. She still had seatbelt on. Yeah, did he? I'm curious if did Dom have a seatbelt on? And I'm also curious, was she always a seatbelt wearer? You know, like go back and when you watch the documentary, look at her videos, and all you're going to see is video after video of her literally driving and smoking blunts. Like, in her fucking parents knew this shit, and they were just like, they were just like, wait till you hear the reactions to this shit. And I will say this, I don't believe though that her dressing up the way that she did for Halloween, I think that should have never saw a courtroom. I'm sorry, but Halloween is like an off limits thing for me. Like that's the whole purpose of like dressing up. And she dressed up as like that, whatever, Cardi Playboy, whatever. And I think that's going a little too much. Big blunts, huge blunts, big fat, like rapper blunts. But like her Dom's family member went with her to the concert. It was like they went to some concert. And so that's kind of why I was just like, okay, I'm going to like, how I would just look at that is that just wouldn't have anything to do with my decision. I wouldn't be thinking that like she's doing that to say, haha, look at me. I'm alive and they're all dead. I looked at it more like, and then the mom's up there saying, we're the ones that told her to go to that concert just to go and have some fun. She'd been crying for 3 months straight. She has a shrine of him in her room, and her mom just should have met with like a PR person. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. That was the most ridiculous 6-minute speech I've ever heard in my life. Just go check it out. I've prepped you guys enough. I just want to know your guys' opinion. But see, I love Drip Drop. And this whole time when he was making all these, because this case was going on like during all the Kohlberger stuff. He was making literally Kohlberger videos and then Shrilla videos. And he was like writing stuff like, just go watch some of his videos. He's actually at the end of the documentary. They do a little clip of him. And he's in the Netflix documentary at the end of the video, at the end. Because they start talking about, because her family is like, look at, because I think that she had a fucking horrible attorney. I saw him all I didn't watch the trial, but from what I saw from the Netflix, I was like, who is this guy? What'd you guys think? Again, you guys know me. I love Drip Drop. But I thought Tim just waxed that dude's ass. So yeah, he's in at the end. So, all right. Join me back tomorrow morning. Are you guys going to watch it tonight? Because if you're going to watch it tonight, then we'll talk about it in the morning. Did I make everybody just want to like get off and like, all right, we got to. it's really good. It's a really good documentary. They did a really good job putting it together. And like I said, I know Tim very, very well, and he's the prosecutor who prosecuted her. He's the one that decided to say, "Hey, this needs to be taken forward." So, Tim, what'd you think? Absolutely binging it tonight. Yeah, it's just one episode because it's like watching like a like a Dateline or something. Like it's like an hour and a half. So okay, good. All right, go watch it. Do your homework, guys. Hell yeah! Thank you so much for all the super stickers, the Cash Apps, PayPal's. What are the other things on here? Super chats. And if you missed the beginning of the video, you did not miss much except for Payne is now a magician. He made himself disappear. He went into the house and never came out. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good evening. Thank you, moderators. Appreciate you guys. Sorry for the delay today. And I'll be back tomorrow morning. Peace out, Girl Scouts.